Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Blockhash podcast. We have another great episode for you today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and follow wherever you are tuning in. Hold tight for just a second as we play a quick advertisement and countdown video while we wait for everyone to join. Thank you, and we hope that you enjoy the episode.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Blockhash, exploring the blockchain. Today, I want to talk about some things that are going on in the news, specifically in regards to regulations in the United States. A lot of developments have happened in regards to the SEC going after now Bittrex with a Wells notice, just like they did with Coinbase after Bittrex decided they were going to leave the US entirely. And now we have the SEC starting to end up on the ropes here. Gary Gensler getting attacked by Rep. Davidson over the overreach that Gary has performed in the crypto industry. It has been quite a ride to watch as of lately, to be honest. And it's going to be a very pivotal moment, I think, in this industry to see what happens, on Capitol Hill. And if, they continue to allow Gary Gensler and the SEC to go after crypto exchanges and push this narrative that everything under crypto is considered a security. Or is there going to be enough pushback that they reform the SEC, they get rid of Gary Gensler, kick him out, remove the chair, install a director, which I think is what they're going for, and fix this issue and start to create some clarity? Or else every major exchange, every major startup and player within crypto and blockchain will leave. In Web3, will leave. They will go to Hong Kong. They will go to Singapore. They will go to the UAE. They will go to China. They will go to more favorable jurisdictions that will allow them to innovate. So this is a very crucial point in time. I want to cover some of this news just for context. So in an April 15th tweet responding to Coinbase's legal chief, Paul Grewal, the crypto-friendly congressman, announced his intention to have Gensler removed from his role after the SEC's latest announcement about revisiting the proposed redefinition of an exchange. So not just allowing, whether or not to allow crypto assets to be traded under the guise of a security or a property, but now going after just the term exchange. Like, they want to regulate everything. This is a huge SEC power grab that is finally getting some pushback. Warren Davidson, a rep from Ohio, I believe, decided to push back very hard against this, saying, so to correct a long series of abuses, I am introducing legislation that removes the chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission and replaces the role with an executive director that reports to the board, essentially creating a committee where these decisions can be made, and someone that is on the line, that doesn't have all the power in the world to dictate what's happening in the United States around the securities industry, and that there's a degree of scrutiny that I think does not exist there, in which Gary gets away with, clamoring over 1,500 or so, in indictments or filings or whatever in like the last couple of years or whatever it's been. Like, he's just like so proud of his tenure, but the SEC's won like one case, maybe two, out of like 1,500. That's failure beyond measure, in my opinion. Over the last few years, the SEC has launched more than a few high-profile actions against crypto companies, such as Ripple, Library, and Coinbase over alleged violations, and has also taken aim at staking in stablecoins. So A reckoning is coming. I believe they are on Capitol Hill today. It'll be very interesting to see, what the outcome of that looks like. Now, I also want to show you a little bit in regards to what Gary did with Bittrex, because it's ridiculous. This is, I think, the pinnacle of absolute bullshit, is the fact that he decided to also go after Bittrex, an exchange that primarily just facilitates the trading of digital assets, doesn't do anything wrong. Like, is an OG exchange, has been around since like 2013, 2014. Like, this is like the gold standard for exchanges in the US, other than like Coinbase. Like, Bittrex isn't the biggest, but they've always done everything right. I've used Bittrex. I've never experienced anything wrong with Bittrex. So it's just like overstepping by the SEC so far, to the point where it just doesn't make any sense. It makes sense why he's doing it, I guess, but to hurt the industry in the US, like, so in a Gensler comment, today's action yet again makes plain that the crypto markets suffer from a lack of regulatory compliance, not a lack of regulatory clarity. The SEC's charges against Bittrex include operating an unregistered securities exchange, broker, and clearing agency. But there's no like real understanding to why. And, Bittrex is very upset about it. They're going to fight this in court. They already put something on Twitter in a statement saying that they're willing to fight this in court because it's also bullshit. Another comment pointed out the need for the SEC to update its rules and approaches to keep pace with technological advancements and evolving business models. A user questioned Gensler, who was protected though, Gary? Who is Gary protecting? He's attacking everybody. If the SEC is protecting people, why is he ostracizing everyone from being in this industry and using these exchanges and using these outlets? Who is the SEC protecting? That is a very good question. One more thing I want to highlight is the fact that even Coinbase is now considering relocating from the US if there's no regulatory clarity. Now, I don't know if Coinbase would relocate. I think that they're definitely hedging their bets by entering the UK and Europe in a bit of a stronger manner. I think they want to broaden their customer base at this point. They should. But I don't think they're going to really leave the United States. But if it got really bad, they would. And the Coinbase CEO revealed, that it is an option. If there's no clarity, if no one's going to do anything in the US, they will move. Obviously, we'll see what happens, but they're going to fight this in court. And I know that they're going to fight this for everyone that is a US citizen. Ryan Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, revealed that the cryptocurrency exchange would consider relocating its headquarters from the United States if the regulatory uncertainty continues. He mentioned this while speaking at FinTech Week in London. According to Armstrong, the regulatory environment in the US remains unclear at the moment, and this is affecting the crypto ecosystem. From the UK Chancellor, George Osborne asked whether he could see Coinbase leaving the US. And Armstrong, quote by quote, pretty much said anything is on the table, including relocating or whatever is necessary. The US has the potential to be an important market for crypto, but right now, nobody's seeing the regulatory clarity that we need. And you have to consider investing money elsewhere in the world where it is far more friendly. In the UK, at least it's more clear. He highlighted the fact that the Financial Conduct Authority, the FCA, is the only regulatory agency tasked with handling securities and commodities. In the US, however, you have the CFTC and the SEC that fight over this. And it's just this ongoing turf battle for who gets to control what. And no one is in the middle arbitrating that. So yeah, Coinbase received a Wells notice from the SEC. Just about everyone has gotten sued by the SEC or received a Wells notice at this point. And the Wells notice warned Coinbase of looming regulatory action for listing unregistered securities on its platform. Just the same narrative over and over again. The point I want to make in this episode is that, again, we're at a very crucial time in the United States where if we don't stand up and fight back, and we're starting to see that very slowly. We're starting to see crypto companies and startups, Web3 companies and startups all come together and funnel money into legislation and getting things done and educating congressmen and senators, congresswomen as well, about what to do, about how to regulate this space. Like, should crypto be a security? Should some cryptos be a security? Do some cryptos like Bitcoin constitute property? Who should regulate it? What agency, what government body? Should digital assets have their own classification? That's what I think. I don't think digital assets are like securities or property in any sense. I think they're their own thing. So I think we're at the point where that needs to happen. And we're getting closer and closer, but we're going to have some court cases that fall through. I think Ripple's going to win for the most part in their court case. There might be some issues that they lose out on, but I think the majority of their case will be very positive for them and the rest of the crypto space. I do think that the SEC is going to fail fighting Coinbase. I don't think there's anything really there for them to win against Bittrex, unless Bittrex wanted to settle and continue leaving the United States. But I see a massive countersuit coming at some point, a huge pool of money coming in to fight. And I also see, Congress potentially levying this removal of Gary Gensler. If this continues, he's going to get heavily scrutinized in Congress for this. So it'll be very fascinating to watch. So let me know what you guys think. Drop me a line on the socials, on Twitter, on YouTube. There's a community tab on YouTube as well, so you can leave some thoughts there. I'll comment something, as well as Instagram, Facebook, wherever else that you like enjoying the episode. And be sure to like and subscribe if you have not already. Would really appreciate that, guys. And yeah, we have some great guests coming later this week, and next week I will drop a hint on who those are later today. So take care, guys. Happy Tuesday.